वो मेरे एक्चुअली दादाजी डेथ बेड पे हैं। पता नहीं बार बार उठ जाते हैं और कहते हैं मुझे सरगोदा जाना है। और आप सबको पता है कि सरगोदा तो है
बॉर्डर के उस साइड।
Yesterday, after a tiring journey to Hafzabad and back, I had to watch a film with a gun to my head. After the initial few minutes, the gun was removed. But I kept watching because there are stories about falling in love. There are stories about losing someone. And then there are stories about waiting across borders, across decades, and sometimes across generations. Imtiaz Ali's "मैं वापस आऊंगा" belongs to that rare category. 95 years old, Ishar Singh, played by Nasiruddin Shah, suffers a stroke while attempting in his quest to cross border into Pakistan and is on his deathbed. Despite failing health and advanced dementia, he refuses to let go of life, desperately muttering about returning to his ancestral home in Sargodha, Pakistan. Having served in Sargodha myself for 2 years and traveled around the area the same day, yesterday, I felt like being part of the film. Released in 2026, the film takes us to the emotional wounds of 1947 partition. But instead of treating partition merely as a historical event, Imtiaz Ali explores it through love, memory, separation, and the unbearable desire to return. But what happened when the promise survives for decades? Ishar Singh's memories remain connected to the traumatic events of the partition. His past continues to shape his present, and his grandson becomes a bridge between the world of today and a love story and a promise made decades ago. The journey to make the promise good has become much bigger. The distance isn't simply between two lovers. It's between two countries, two generations, and two different versions of the past. The young generation, represented by Vedant Raina and Sharvavri, brings another dimension to the story. They belong to a generation that did not experience the partition themselves, yet they inherit its memories and consequences. And perhaps that is one of the film's most important ideas. History does not always end when people who experienced it are gone. Sometimes it survives in family stories, photographs, songs, and unfinished promises. Partition is usually discussed through the enormous statistics: millions displaced, families separated, and communities uprooted. But cinema reminds us that behind every statistic was an individual human story: a father, a mother, a child, a friend, a lover. Someone who left home believing, "I'll come back." And this is where the title becomes heartbreaking. "I will come back" sounds like hope, but sometimes it becomes a promise that circumstances make impossible. Ultimately, "मैं वापस आऊंगा" asks a simple but profound question. Can we really return to the place we once called home? What if the home is gone? What if the country has changed? What if the person you loved has spent an entire lifetime waiting? And what if the only place you can truly return to is your memory? That is what makes "मैं वापस आऊंगा" more than a partition story. It's a story about home, love, memory, and belonging. Borders can divide countries, time can separate people, history can change lives, but some promises refuse to disappear. मैं वापस आऊँगा. I will come back. These 4 words are not just a promise. They are a lifetime of hope. I'm Ehsan Ghani saying goodbye, and we'll be back next week with another movie of the week.